So hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming here with another The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now this video is going to be all about the start of my Great One Moose grind here on Medved Taiga. Now this grind has been a bit interesting to get started with. It's definitely a slower grind than something like whitetail or red deer, but I'm actually really enjoying it. And this video is going to be showing the first couple of trophies that I've gotten in this grind so far and just talking about what it's been like. So we're starting off here where I was just shooting a group of moose as they were actually fleeing. I saw that big level 4 that had already taken off and decided to try and drop it, and thankfully I managed to get a nice vital hit on it and it went down very quickly. I thought I must have gotten a heart shot because it went down so incredibly quickly that yeah, I thought it must have been heart. But you can see we have some other moose fleeing up this kind of difficult cliff face, and I say difficult because it's difficult for them to navigate, which basically means that I can get some free shot opportunities whilst they're getting stuck up there, and that ended up being quite nice because, as you will have seen, it means that I managed to get a couple more moose than I maybe would have. And that's something that I'm doing in this grind, is I am just trying to shoot as many bull moose as physically possible, so the more I can get down the better. And you'll see here I end up seeing that there's still another one that I can take out. And yeah, there he is, another level 3, so we'll take him out as well. And yeah, like I said, my method for doing this is just shoot absolutely every bull moose I possibly can in hopes that we get that respawn of a great one. Now, this was a complete and utter surprise to me. I pick up the level 4 that I had dropped with a double lung and heart shot on the trot, and it's actually a diamond level 4. Now, when I saw it, I didn't think this had any chance of being a diamond. I didn't recognise this as one of the diamond level 4 racks, so picking this up was a complete and utter surprise to me. Now, I do believe this was an initial spawn on my map from when the moose got reset, but still, that is really cool, and the first diamond, technically, of the grind. So, yeah, that was really awesome. I just wasn't expecting it at all. It was just completely, you know, random to me. Like I said, I didn't recognise it as being a potential diamond at all. That's why I took that shot. And then to end up getting lucky to make that double lung heart shot on the trot, I was super happy with that. I've been getting better at making the heart shots on the moose as this grind has been going on, and yeah, like I said, making that heart shot on this one I think was actually quite cool. So in a way I'm kind of glad that I didn't know this was a diamond potential, because yeah, otherwise I wouldn't have taken that shot, and it ended up actually being really, really cool. And the new harvest screen is so good for actually taking a look at them, and it's actually a really nice looking rack. It's actually very, very cool. Don't think I've had this rack for a diamond before, so that was definitely another nice thing, and we will send him to the trophy lodge. Definitely an awesome find. Now, moving on to the next trophy in this video, and once again we have something that I believe was an initial spawn. We have a piebald level 3 bull moose. Now, it seems like piebald bull moose are absolutely everywhere after this update, or rare moose in general, but it does just have that effect when an animal gets reset. And you've got to remember, moose are on 5 different maps, so you've got 5 different moose populations for every person that are getting reset, or, you know, brand new with New England mountains. So yeah, you're going to have a good chance at getting initial spawn rares and diamonds. So if you're seeing a lot of rares and or diamonds posted for moose at the moment, that's probably why, alongside the fact that people are grinding moose looking for the great one. So there's just a lot of them showing up at the minute. But I absolutely love the piebald moose. They are so, so gorgeous. With the new models, they are just so incredibly beautiful. The fur detail is just stunning. I absolutely love them. The piebald moose were always one of the nicer piebalds in the game, in my opinion, but they look so much better with these new models. And getting to see a piebald bull here in the harvest screen, again, they are just stunning. Now, I didn't get to keep the piebald we shot over on New England mountains, and obviously this is now on my live game save, so I could keep this one, but it is a little bit smaller than one I already have in the trophy lodge, so I'm not going to end up keeping this one, unfortunately. But it's still a really cool animal, and something that I was very excited to actually see when going around my map trying to find as many moose zones as possible for this grind. Stunning, stunning animal. I hope that I can get a few more rares. I really would love to get a decent size albino from this grind. That would be really, really cool. but I'm just absolutely happy with any trophies I get to find. It's always really cool to just find something as you're going along grinding. It sort of takes away some of the sheer just going over the same thing, shooting the same thing over and over and over again. And I do have to say, I'm now at 800 kills into this grind. 800 kills is, is quite a lot. I've put over 36 hours into this grind, probably getting more into the 40-hour mark already. And I've just been shooting so many moose, so many bull moose. And I should say that is a bull moose count. I haven't actually been shooting females on this grind, apart from the accidental one that gets in front of a shot. I haven't been shooting females, so that's about 800 bull moose that I have shot so far on this grind. And yeah, it's definitely a slower grind, more akin to black bear, I would say, than, whitetail or red deer. But like I said, I actually really am enjoying it. I like the slightly slower pace, and honestly, I have no problem with the increased spook ranges or anything. I'm really not finding that that's a problem, I just work around it. And now we're moving on to the first respawn trophy in this video. This is definitely a respawn. We have a level 5 bull moose. And this is a rack I hadn't actually seen in quite a while. This rack is actually really cool. I think a lot of people call this one like the satellite dish rack, because it's kind of just all one piece. There's not really like brow tines and then the main paddle. It's just all sort of one piece instead of being a couple of separate pieces, if that makes sense with the antlers. I hope that makes sense. I'm doing my best to describe it. But it's just a really cool looking rack, and it does look like two huge satellite dishes attached to this moose. Absolutely awesome looking. And he landed really nicely for a couple of screenshots as well. Such a gorgeous looking moose. And hopefully you can see there what I mean. You've kind of got just two huge paddles instead of like having the brows separate from like the main paddles. Really awesome looking rack. And it's been, like I said, quite a while since I've actually seen this rack. So I was very, very excited by this. And I knew that this should be a diamond, no problem, seeing as I made a vital hit. So picking him up, he is indeed a diamond at 283.02. So quite a decent sized diamond, not the biggest by any stretch, but that's still a really awesome thing to see. Whenever I'm grinding for a great one, I count diamonds as a positive sign that I'm doing something right and getting respawns properly. That's all I take it as a sign of. You don't have to have a diamond before a great one, or it doesn't matter how many diamonds you get in a great one grind. That doesn't matter. I didn't have many diamonds at all in my black bear grind, still ended up getting the great one. So I just take diamonds as a, hey, I'm doing something right, getting good respawns, my respawns are working properly, this is a positive sign, but I'm not counting it as, oh, I must be getting closer to a great one because I've shot a diamond, if that makes sense. But always a nice thing to see. And like I said, it's nice to see either rares or diamonds popping up when you are just shooting hundreds and hundreds of the same animal over and over again. Seeing, that max level pop up or a rare just is a little bit of excitement when things can get a little bit monotonous with grinding. So that's always fantastic. And yeah, getting to take a look at this rack in the harvest screen is awesome. I do wish the lighting in the harvest screen was a little bit brighter, because I feel like some of the details can get lost, like at angles like this, because the lighting is a little bit dark, but still really, really happy with that. And then last night on my moose grind, I ended up finding yet another level 5. Now, you can probably tell that this one is not the biggest by that estimate, only going up to 277, and just taking a look at this moose, I was pretty sure he was going to troll. If he had both antlers being the rack that's on the right hand side when you're looking at it, then maybe I could have seen that making diamond, but the rack on the left hand side just made me think, yeah, no, there's no way this guy is going to end up being a diamond, unfortunately. But I always say with grinds, seeing max levels is a positive thing. If you're seeing max levels, that's always nice. And to me, it doesn't matter whether they troll or not. It's not diamonds that I'm necessarily grinding for. Obviously, getting diamonds is, absolutely lovely. But it's not diamonds that I'm grinding for. Seeing a max level to me is still an encouraging sign to keep on grinding and that things are going nice and you're still getting the good respawns. So, yeah, this ends up being a troll at 263.22, but I was still really happy to see another level 5 finally on the grind. You know, I haven't had a whole lot of level 5s, but I'm super happy any time one does pop up, even if it does end up trolling. And you can see this moose is just so massively uneven. That right hand antler, as you're looking straight at the moose, is so much bigger than the left hand one. You know, the left hand one has no brow at all. So yeah, that's what sort of made me think that one would be a troll, unfortunately. But still, another level 5 for the grind tally, and still something I was really happy to see. And then finally, in the early hours of this morning, I ended up finding this, a level 2 piebald. Now, he is small, being a level 2, but still, it's a rare. And again, same with seeing level 5s pop up, or diamonds pop up, you know, diamond level 4s. It's always exciting to see rares pop up for me. Again, signs that my respawns are working, that everything is going as it should be, and so therefore I take it as a nice positive sign when I'm seeing the rares pop up too. Now, this guy being a little level 2 silver, I'm not going to end up taxing him once again, but still a really beautiful looking moose. Tiny little antlers, not the smallest moose I've had. I have had a couple of level 1 moose, and they are very, very small. But this guy is sort of just a decent sized moose, just a little silver, and just beautiful with that piebald coat. It would be nice if I could get like a nice level 4 piebald from this grind, then I'd definitely tax that for the lodge. But yeah, I don't have room for another little level 2. But still a really, really gorgeous animal, and something that I was really happy to get. Like I said, it's always really positive seeing the nice things show up on these Great One grinds. But that is going to be it for the trophies that I've actually had so far in this grind. I haven't had a whole ton out of the 800 kills I've had, so, you know, I'm just plodding along slowly, getting as many kills as I possibly can. And I'm doing about 12 hours a day of grinding. I try to make it 12 hours a day, and I get normally anywhere between 150 to 200 bull moose kills, and I am grinding the entire map of Medved. I am grinding absolutely every zone that I have that has bull moose in it. I have set up my tents as best I can to make it as efficient as possible, and, you know, sometimes I have to go back to spots a couple of times during a run because of the spook radius and the fact that animals do flee faster now. But honestly, I'm not finding that to be a huge problem with this grind at all. I'm still managing to bring down a good number of bull moose, I would say, and I'm getting a lot better at being able to shoot one and then quickly manage my recoil and take a second one out. Normally I can do that for most zones now. I can at least take 2 at a time, and that's making things a lot easier. I am using the 300 throughout this grind, and that's probably what I'll end up taking my first Great One moose with if one does end up showing up. But like I said, I'm not really having too many issues with the spook radius thing, and I know that that's a hot topic of discussion, as well as the fact that the Great One fur type thing is just a huge discussion in and of itself at the moment, because of the fact that it's more likely that you're basically going to find a common Great One moose, and the rest of the beautiful fur types that we were shown basically seem to apparently be rare. So, you know, it would basically be an ultra rare by the sounds of it to get a Great One moose with one of the fur types, and that's very interesting, and I wonder if we'll see a change to that, or maybe, you know, maybe it's a bug, who knows at this point. But I'll be absolutely happy to get a common Great One moose. I really hope that I can get one. I always say with Great One grinds, it's an if, not a when. I don't take it for granted, and I really hope that eventually I'll manage to get one, and maybe we'll get some other cool things along this grind. Who knows how long it's going to take. If it's anything like Black Bear, it could take over 6,000 kills, and we might be here in a couple of weeks' time, and I'll still be grinding them. Or it could be maybe 10 kills after I make this video. Who knows? And hopefully it will show up soon, and I will just keep grinding as hard as I have until hopefully one shows up. But that is going to be it for this video, so thank you so much for watching and for all your support as always. I'm sorry if the videos are a little bit few and far between while I'm doing this moose grind, but I am concentrating so heavily on trying to get as many moose down as possible, because I really do want to find one of these things. They just look so incredible, and I really would love to find one and be able to get some really, you know, close-up footage and pictures and try and make it go aggressive, all of the things that come along with that. I think that would be really awesome, so fingers crossed one shows up soon. But thank you so much again for watching and for all your support, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.